All right. Um, hey, give me a sec regarding this. Okay, hopefully this won't interfere with anything. I kind of decided to start doing something a bit different, so you're not gonna see this on like anything specific. Also, hey, Corix. But yeah, if you do watch my content, if you're not here because you don't watch my content, I'm kind of wondering what you're doing here. But hey, we'll see how this goes. So I kind of didn't want to do a black screen when it comes to content, but I kind of wanted to do a sort of live stream because I haven't done anything in a while. So I kind of wanted to get my motivation back by doing this. So yeah. Uh, shit. Hold on, is my oh well, kind of stupid. I just realized what I was doing. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna continue playing this on the realm. Nobody's on. So yeah, I'm gonna see how this goes, and hopefully the stream works out. Oh, oops. So yeah, anyone has any questions for scenarios or for video suggestions or for anything, feel free, because to be honest, I need some motivation. So I really would recommend not doing any sort of recommendations because that might not work out well. I just want to make sure that there's nothing going on. Hey, Cosmic. Also, if I'm gonna go silent for a bit, it's because I have to handle something quick, so don't worry too much about that. Everything will be fine. In the meantime, do you have any questions regarding videos, what I want to do, what I plan on doing, any lore or anything, feel free to say it so that way I can get everything going right. Plus, I'd really love to see what y'all have to ask me, just because I wanted to, just because I want to see how things will be. In the meantime, I'm gonna play this as sort of background footage. Well, not footage, but more like real time. What's it called? Well, I'll just regular streaming, of course. Or hey, if you just want to say hey, that's cool too. I'm gonna try to mainly focus on the stream as a whole. So yeah, the gameplay is just extra. This is not the main focus. By the way, there's some links down here below if you want to go see what's going on. in like my Twitter, my YouTube, even though this is only streaming on YouTube, in which case, yeah. Oh, hang on, I just realized something. Oops, I messed up a bit. Will there be a sequel to Strike of the Forgotten? Okay, so regarding that, I don't think so. I think that was just kind of like a one-off thing I did, and to be honest, I don't really see myself doing anything else with it. Because to me, it was more of a one-shot type of video, and I kind of didn't want to do too much with it. It is vital to a storyline that is going on, but a sequel, maybe not. I don't think there is going to even be a remake. I didn't really like doing it that well, and it was kind of like the... I want to say like whatever it was, but I don't know. Maybe there'll be a sequel, but I highly doubt it. Maybe general information regarding it, maybe something like that, but I don't really know about a sequel. So yeah, who knows really? My mind could change in the future, so in the event that it does, yeah, I'll leave my words. This video will have this stream will have aged like fine, like aged milk. But I think like Strike of the Forgotten was just kind of something that went bad in execution. To be honest, I kind of want to do like a tier list involving like creators and the like. I kind of have one video in mind regarding something, but I kind of want to wait on it. And what is going on here? But yeah. Will the protagonists return? Yes, actually. They are gonna be returning. I do have some stuff planned for them, and I kind of want to see where things will be going. So I kind of want to see what I could end up doing from here on out. Maybe it's something will change. Maybe some retcons, maybe some just general changes, but I'm not really too sure. So yeah. I think as a whole, yeah, I'm not really doing anything with them right now. In fact, they're just kind of there. And I kind of just let them collect dust for like no reason other than the fact that I just legit don't have anything that I want to do with them at the moment. So something will happen, but I'm not gonna bet that there is gonna be, you know, something soon. Oh yeah, I will try to answer most stuff, but I won't answer everything because I want to keep things a secret. So like, don't get discouraged if I'm like saying something that's just kind of like not the answer you're expecting, but that's because I want to keep things intact. Oh, there she is. But yeah. So don't worry too much about that. I will definitely try to answer as much as I can. You know, I just kind of realized I mislabeled the title of the stream. Oh no. Oh no, that's actually kind of a bad thing too. Oh great. I guess it's not that bad. But yeah. Personal favorite scenario that I've made. So that's actually, what's it called? Realms Forgot 3 Heavens Falling. That's actually, at the moment, it is my favorite scenario that I've made. Mainly because of all the effort that went into it. I really love doing it, and I would love to continue doing something like that for the future. Kind of unfortunate because I think I can show what's going on here. Goodness. Okay, well, let me try to get it. what am I doing actually? Let me check. Let me get my channel. Let me see. Probably you can see some other stuff around here. Don't worry too much about it. Let me switch my display quick. Actually, I might have to see what I can end up doing. Window capture. Oops. Let me just get this centered so it doesn't like make anybody explode. But yeah, it doesn't have that much. It has like, why is it not showing? Give me a sec. Capture the cursor. Yeah. But as you can see, what? Oh, stupid. Yeah. Kind of sad. It didn't get this much. It got like 4K, almost 4K views, and it's kind of a bad thing because Sleepless got like almost 16K within the span of like what 8 months. And I just kind of find it a bit weird. I mean, the algorithm is always going to be weird, I'll give it that. So I'm not going to be too upset about it. But I've always thought it was going to get a lot more because of the effort I put in. I mean, even then, I still love this scenario a lot. I think it's my favorite one that I've made. So yeah, I think I've pretty much enjoyed doing all that. Would I do something like that again? Maybe. Actually, no, definitely. That was so much fun to do. But yeah, Evan's falling. So I kind of went off on a tangent there. Yeah, it's just a weird situation. Anyways, I got a drink. That was delicious. Yeah. But I think aside from that, I think after that, it's kind of hard for me to say what would be another favorite. Maybe Sleepless would be one as well. Spider Earth as well. Even some of the original stuff, like even as the State of Emergency, were pretty fun. But honestly, those are gonna get remade. I kind of want to show like as much effort as I can, but I kind of want to get my motivation back. And luckily, this stream is working. So yeah. But yeah, to those still watching, if you have anything else, please share. I'd love to hear it. Like, even if it is like something you want to talk about, or it's like something else, maybe if it's not that like maybe it's not if it's not common knowledge, I'll also probably add it to like something as well, because I kind of need to find something to do. But yeah, I've been kind of trying to get my motivation back and trying to talk with others regarding scenario creation. I've had some work. No, I haven't had any work done, unfortunately, for any scenario. So like, I'd say at best you probably should be expecting maybe 5 at most for the rest of the year. But even then, that's not a guarantee. But who knows? The future is always going to be different. So I wouldn't, you know, hold my words as gospel or anything. But yeah, if y'all have anything else to say, feel free. I kind of don't want to make this stream way too short. I kind of wanted to drag on for quite some time because it's just been a while, man, since I streamed at all. So I definitely want to get back into streaming more and doing a bunch. By the way, if you have not, give me a sec. Just click the wrong thing. Check out Pondering. It's a new track I uploaded. I think it's pretty good. I've had fun with it. It's kind of realized my text was off by a bit. Yeah, check out Pondering. Pretty good song I made. Some more and stuff, lo-fi. So yeah, go check it out. Have some fun with it. I'm gonna play quite a bit. I'm gonna skip like a. I'm gonna that's pretty much it. I don't want to like give the rest away, so if you want to go check that out, feel free. And I will get rid of this and go back. If you have anything else to say, feel free. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna try and do whatever I can in the game and just kind of wait for more people to show up, because who knows. Actually, you could even ask me anything, like regarding, you know, even other creators and stuff. Oh, hello! I finally made an. Hey, it's Creator Zero. It's been a while. Glad to see you. You're like one of the only you're like one of the only people that's actually consistently watching my streams. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, even asked me for like any future video plans, like scenarios and stuff. Maybe there's something you might be interested in watching, everybody. Maybe not, but it's worth a shot. Disregard that. Oh, let me see. Oh, whoops. I just realized I don't have something specific for this. Hmm. Da, 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 da. Let me see. What can I talk about? Oh, right. Uh, yeah, I kind of don't have like much motivation for scenarios right now. This is actually helping a little bit, actually quite a bit. I might try to get something out of the way so it actually feels like I'm actually doing something on this channel instead of just leaving it abandoned and just doing whatever. I mean, it's fun to do whatever, but I kind of feel like the main bulk of what made this, like, channel what it is kind of faded away a bit because I haven't done anything. So I kind of need to work on that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna end up like, losing a bit of relevancy instead of like actually doing something with my time. Yeah, other than that, there's like not really much going on in terms of content. I mean, aside from the occasional upload of the stuff I wanted to do, there's like, there's just not much. Also, there's a bug in near my mic. Oh wait. Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna be one of these times, ain't it? How'd you even get in here anyway? Yeah, that's happened. Um, hmm. Actually, not even. Actually, I just realized maybe you could, if you have like any opinions you want to share, feel free. I actually want to hear what y'all have to say regarding scenarios of this community or whatever. Don't need to get this. Let me see. Phoenix, he got more of them drunk. What? No. No. Not really. I'm just kind of here doing whatever. Yeah, not much has been really going on so far in terms of content. I want to get more done, but the problem is I just kind of have like no motivation, and it's kind of like a bad thing because I'm just kind of wasting all of my time away and not really doing much. What is this? Hyperrealism stands are really starting to annoy me. They just keep getting nitpickier. Like, if I had to do everything that way, nothing, whatever, again, okay. Why is this true, though? I need people to stop like being super nitpicky over whether or not like a tone, like an actual ES tone is being like, you know, decoded as the actual type, alert type that is showing on the screen, or that the screen is like off tinted, is like not the right shade of the color that it normally is in real life, or that this screen doesn't exist. I don't like, bro. Let's just show our creativity without people having to pile on us for it. It's just kind of stupid. It's just like, why do you care so much? If you care this much, why don't you make us? Why don't you make the video yourself and like do it the way you want to? Like, I think that's just kind of, it's just annoying because you're not actually helping anything. That's not even like criticism. You're just outright nitpicking, and it's just not funny at this point. And even if people aren't just like, you know, doing it as jokes or something, like, what are you gaining from telling us this? Like, you do like, people need to understand here that like most creators aren't just gonna focus on most specific details and just care about like uploading what they want to upload. They don't care about like hyper realism or something. And I mean, I love the videos I kind of do. I don't care about the realistic aspects of it. I like incorporating them, but that's because I can put in a lot more effort into it, and it works out great. The KEC80 radio static is wrong as a conference. Okay, what? There's no way. There's no way. I feel like these are people who like try their hardest to make it seem like you need it to be like 100% realistic in order for it to be good, and there's like even one detail that's off, then it's just like the worst thing you've ever conceived, and you shouldn't be making content, and it's just kind of stupid. Like, how is that wrong exactly? Is the filter off? Is the volume like 1 decibel too high? 1 decibel too low? Like, exactly. Then like they always like nitpick it, never tell you exactly how it's supposed to be, and even then, it's just like, it's barely noticeable of a difference. Who actively is looking at their scenario and freaking out over like the most minute change to something done, you know, IRL? What are you getting from this? I don't get it. And it's just like, are you just this bored that you're just nitpicking hyperrealism instead of like focusing on the creators who actively need, you know, actual constructive criticism, rather than the people who are just complaining for the sake of complaining? Like, what are you getting at here? Exactly. This is the thing I don't get. Most people just want to criticize for the sake of criticizing, and it's not even real criticism. You're just wrong. It's called fiction for exactly. Exactly. It's fiction. It's fiction. I don't get why people get so worked up over like just a bunch of, okay, I can't say a bunch of noise because it obviously has it's beneficial to everybody. All right, I'll say that. Obviously. So I don't mean to like say it in that manner because that's just kind of like a bit ignorant. But like, it's a fictional video. It doesn't have basis in reality. Like, tell me, for example, how a bunch of demons rising up to pretty much annihilate humanity is realistic in its sense. I try to play it on a realistic manner, but that's not realistic enough. The VT pulse speed is at a 103 per the season. Bro, there's no way. Like, those are details somebody has to be looking at just to nitpick. Hang on a sec. Anyways, back to my tirade. Like, okay, the speed is set at 103 for the FCC. First off, that's very specific to know. Second, are you actively looking at scenarios just to judge them based on whether or not the actual speed of a TTS voice is at the right speed? Are you genuinely looking for that and trying to criticize it in that manner? In that case, I feel like if you're just nitpicking, that's not actual criticism. You're just nitpicking. Like, what are these people expecting here? You can't have total realism in a scenario. This makes it too boring. That's why most people who make these scenarios don't do like hyper realism. In the events that they do it, well, that's for them. If they want to do it, let them. Nobody should stop them. But I kind of hate the same people who like try to like. There it goes. But I hate like the same people who like try to justify their nitpicking by saying like, but that it's meant to be more realistic, and it's like, literally nobody cares. Nobody in this community cares a single bit. Nobody actively cares if the speed for how a TTS voice talks at is like 1 unit below what is actually meant to talk at. What are you getting at here? What's the goal here? Why are you complaining? Like, if you're not providing actual criticism, I kinda don't want you to watch. If you want to add alerts to things like catastrophic danger warnings, nothing can stop you. This I can agree with, honestly, but I kind of feel like stuff like that, I kind of feel like kind of gets overdone a bit, in my personal opinion. I'm not trying to like downplay it. I'm not trying to say people can't do it. If you want to, feel free to like. Man, too many people just want to be critical just for the sake of critical, and just why? Are you just this bored that like the only thing you have to do is just go on YouTube, look at this community, and think like, oh, they need my holy advice, when in reality it's just something that you just think is needed, when most of these people have been doing it for like years, especially like people like myself, ESQ0 over here, and a couple and many others. It's like, we've been doing this for years. We know what we're doing. Why are you complaining? It's like, yeah, we know it's not actually meant to be right. Why do you care so much exactly? Like, what do you gain out of this? Are you getting paid to nitpick? In which case, don't let me tell me where you got hired so I can go apply there. Oh my god, another thing I kind of want to rant about is how like, okay, I will say that whoever wants to make scenarios can feel free to make scenarios. Like, I will give them that. Anyone can start, even people who are like younger than 13, even though, why are you watching this sort of stuff? Ain't it past your bedtime? But like, I kind of feel like the people who don't listen to criticism and try to play it off as people blindly hating and that their content's meant to be good, it kind of like don't have the self-awareness to understand that by like choosing to ignore the criticism and actively get mad at the people who are trying to help you out, you're just being self-destructive, and it's outright not healthy for you, and you're making it a lot worse for yourself to be looked at and recognized as someone that many people can look at and be like, oh yeah, he knows what he's doing. Because in actuality, you just kind of look like a pretentious, like, I kind of want to say, I don't want to say it because I'm probably get demonetized for it, but like, you're pretentious, man. You're just pretentious. You're not helping anybody. Quit pissing people off. Like, I get it. People want to like start making stuff and want things to go well. Most of the time, when you start creating, you're not gonna hit like a banger scenario, and even if you manage to do so, you shouldn't let it get to your head, because that's not healthy. Yeah, adding on to stuff, I think people who are making like not, okay, how do I say this? To those who are making like content that's not based in reality and actively make it look nicer, sound better, and actively make it just a better scenario in general, I like them. I like when people do that. It's great. I like when there's variety, but I hate it when there's people who legit try to bring those same people down just because. It's like, what are you getting at here? I think the people who need to like hear what I'm saying are the same type of people who get mad just because, oh, they want to like want you to use the correct font in a screen. They want you to use the correct formatting for it because it looks nicer and it looks aesthetically pleasing. And if you're actually getting mad at that, then that's nobody's fault but your own. I think that's what most people don't get. If you're getting mad for because you're the one who chooses to think that way. That's not on anybody. That's on you. And plus, you're just wasting your energy. Don't you have anything better to do than just to, like, I don't know, just be nitpicky and just make fun of creators who choose to do something a little bit different than most of the creators? Now look at me. I'm definitely unique in the sense that I have like a unique way of like writing, and pretty much everyone does. Everyone does. You know, I'm not the only one. I'm just saying my style of writing is also unique, and there's others who have unique styles that I can't replicate, and they can't replicate mine because there's something different with it. Like, people just need to understand, like, most of the stuff that's been going on in terms of like scenario creation is because people are actively spending their time, resources, and even money to, you know, produce high quality content for most people. And some people can actually even make great stuff for free. I've seen it. But it just gets on my nerves when, is there a bug crawling on me? Okay. Oops. But yeah, that kind of went off a bit too much. Jesus, that got way too heated. I mean, if you also have any criticisms as well for either my content or just want to rant about somebody saying something completely stupid, feel free. I know a few of you have something to say. I definitely want to hear it. I really do. Because, oh my god, like, some of these people are insane. Whew. Some time passed, huh? That felt great to say. Oh man, I need to like get out of the house more. Yeah. What do you guys have any thoughts on? Like, please, I kind of want to like hear it. In case anyone's wondering, unlike, you know, the other live streams on where it's just kind of like for fun, I'm gonna keep this one up in case people want to say something. I probably will do another one like this in the future because I have fun with these. I think the dumbest one I've ever gotten is, you shouldn't make a tornado watch video for the South because they are traumatized. Hello? What? I'm sorry. What? Like, what? I'm trying to, what? What? How does that make sense? I know the South gets a bunch of tornadoes. Like, hello, has this person not heard of Tornado Alley or what? But like, traumatized. Jesus Christ, it's so unreal that somebody said that. There's no way. I actively do not want to believe it, but unfortunately, I just think that's true. I think it's so stupid that people like can say this sort of stuff and not have the awareness. Oh my god, you're even watching the stream too, Z13. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna look at this too. After this. Yeah, that's just kind of dumb. What do you mean they're traumatized? I mean, if you live in a place that's prone to tornadoes, I'm pretty sure like you're not gonna be traumatized. I mean, you might be if it like hits you dead on, sure, but I think in a general sense, you probably wouldn't be. I'm not trying to speak for people who have been through it, especially for myself. It's been through watches and warnings, but like, what? I just can't. I don't know what to say. Hang on a sec. I'm gonna check out the thing in the chat. Okay. People who complain about custom screens, like, bro, there's things that have their own screens. Not every screen is easy plus advanced. Abyss. Okay, maybe I haven't. But the real cover from April Fool's option. Oh, I gotta go back and see that. I gotta find it. That's gonna be fun. But about the custom screens one, okay. Literally every, like, most, if not all creators now who make scenarios use custom screens. And I don't see any people who are complaining about them luckily anymore, because I think like in the past a ton of people were just kind of willing to jump on you if you were trying to do something different, but I guess everyone started catching on, and it's, oh, that you lit a few weeks. Ah, man. Well, at least this got, well, at least you telling us this got immortalized in this stream, so nice. But yeah, I think like custom screen hate is gone, which is good. So I think like a ton of people need to just understand that, you know, as new creators start coming in and more people want to create content, we're gonna get like people who are gonna want to try doing something different, and you can't really stop these same people from wanting to do anything. Like, it's okay if you don't like certain types of content from some of these creators. Like, I know some people who are favorites of other creators are not, you know, fans of mine, and who are fans, and who are some fans of mine may not be fond of other creators as well. Even some that objectively are pretty good. Like, and that's okay. That's a personal preference. But I do agree, like, we need to spread out the variety in terms of custom screens, because it's a good idea, and a lot of people just kind of sleep on it because they just don't think it's, you know, that great of an idea. But I think like as time went on, people became more open to it, so I think we're a lot more willing to just say and admit that most of us want to see more custom screens. In fact, I've always been advocating for that sort of stuff, like as soon as I got the opportunities, because it's just fun to make. Like, so many people show their creativity, and I think we need more of it. We definitely need more. In fact, I've been seeing a lot more custom screens as opposed to like, you know, normal screens that you'd see, you know, IRL. I think it's great. Oh yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's fun. I've always wanted to see more of this, and I'm always happy when there's always something involved in terms of like just having stuff be customized. So I want to see more of it. I really do. It's always a treat to see, because most likely you're not going to see the same screen twice, and if you somehow do, that's mostly because somebody got inspired by it and wanted to try mimicking it. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if someone tried like replicating my screens as well, because of like how I did them. And I'd love to see them. I'd love to see how people make their own takes on that stuff, because it's great. I have to make sure I didn't like miss anything you said. Okay, just making sure. Okay. That's another thing I gotta talk about. Like, there's so much unnecessary hate towards certain creators because they aren't like doing the same stuff most other creators are doing. And it's kind of like, who cares, bro? Who cares if they're doing their own thing and they're happy with it? Why are you trying to get yourself like involved in the situation and trying to make it all about yourself? So it's like, is it really that important to you, or are you just kind of wanting to say stuff for the sake of saying stuff? Oh no, he left. Oh well. And it's like, what else are you getting at though? It's like, okay, this creator is not as great as most of the creators. It's like, cool. What do you want us to say about that though? It's like, okay, they're not that great. All right, fair point. Can you say why they're not great? That's another thing I hate, bro. There's so many people who outright just like Like, just criticize the creator's work and then don't provide actual input as to how to fix it, even though the creator is the one who needs that input in order to, succeed and do well in terms of videos. Because people like these types of videos, even people who aren't a part of this community. And I think, like, you need to provide criticism. You just can't not, because that's not helping anybody. In fact, you're still hurting the creators. You're just spreading hate for the sake of spreading hate. Like, what are you doing here? It's just something I've never liked. Like, if you don't like what I'm doing, at least provide some criticism. And if there's something going on with it, fine. I appreciate when people give me criticism, and because I can actually take it to heart and actually, help it to improve my content stuff. Because I'm still not perfect, and even with like improvements in my scenarios, I've been not doing as much, and I've been kind of getting a bit rusty. So I'm gonna work on that sort of stuff. Whew. Right. Alright. Okay, I thought there was like something I saw. I was about to like immediately say something. Oh well. I mean, I feel like most people are just gonna try thinking of whatever they want to say, so I kind of can't blame y'all. Oh, what the hell? Oh. I swear to God, there was something somebody said. I'm going crazy here. Oh my God. I'm like, man, I'm kind of tired, honestly. I kind of still want to keep moving this, so yeah. Yeah. What else? Actually, what do y'all have to say about whatever? I kind of want to hear it, because, like, even if it's something super stupid, I really want to hear it. I want to have a laugh. Oh, my God. Because it'll be great to hear. It'll really be great to hear. Oh, alright. Another real problem is that the longer you make content, it will take continually more effort to make videos, and that's when you get to electric level where it takes months to make content. Okay. That's a new take. Okay. I, I really don't know what to say with this. I mean, oh my God, what can I say about this? That's an interesting way to put things when it turns in content. I guess it's somewhat true. Like, okay, it's my opinion. Okay, I will say this. I'm gonna say whatever I say for that take is my opinion. I don't think it really would be like a type of escalation where you just go up and up and up and up and up, and your content just kind of the time you make content also goes up and up and up and up and up. But yeah, I don't see that kind of happening with like most creators. I think it's just kind of like it depends. I think because like I know for Electric, he definitely does make top tier content, but he does take a lot of time to do it, and I see why, especially with others like Harvester and a couple of others as well. But I kind of don't think that's kind of inherently true. For most people, of course, it could be. I'm not gonna lie. For Electric, I know it definitely is. I don't think it would be something similar to myself, but I think it's probably because I'm trying to be more ambitious with it. But I think it's more dependent on the ideas you have and wanting to like expand upon said ideas. So I think it's more idea dependent than creator dependent. At least that's how I see it. You know, I obviously could always be wrong on this sort of stuff, and maybe the majority of people could just say, "Oh, it's more creator dependent, and more people want to create bigger stuff." And it's like, maybe not true. Maybe it's just more so on your ideas. I don't know. It's an interesting take. I that made me think for a bit. Ugh, that's an interesting take. I've never heard anything like that before, so I might have to talk about it in some form. Probably not here because I don't want to clutter up the not clutter up. I don't want to take up most of the stream's time with that. So yeah, but I think it's just like it's something. It's definitely something. I'll give you that. So yeah, I think like you're half right on that, but I think also think you're half wrong on that. Again, that's just my that's what I think. I think it's more based on the ideas of the creator instead of the creator itself wanting to make bigger and bigger content. I have some more interesting takes. Oh boy, catch up from Mr. Osa. Okay, that's not a take. You're just objectively wrong. Um, I will die on this hill. You're just objectively wrong. That's not even a take. I will die on this hill, and I'll take all y'all with me. But I don't know. I'm kind of like weirdly like I'm like in a weird state of tired where I'm not actually tired, but I'm just emotionally tired. Not like in a bad way. It's more like in a funny way. I'm just like I just stopped caring. What is wrong with buttermilk ranch? That sounds disgusting as hell. Oh my god. You are a you are a menace to society. Oh yeah, going back to the whole um content creation thing and how much longer it might take. Yeah, I just kind of remembered that with the ideas, with the ideas, it definitely doesn't take as long as you think it is. But if you're like trying to add more and more into the scenario, then that's gonna pile up on you, and that may get overwhelming, and you may want to call. I like eating buffalo wings without so just chicken. All right. What else? What else? What else? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Now I gotcha. What the hell? Okay, but oh yeah. Oh my god, this is another thing. Like, dude, when people have to start making ES content, or not have to, when people want to start making ES content, I feel like the majority of people try to replicate what people see on the recommendations involving certain creators, and I think like most of them just can't really answer. I think it's more so. This is gonna be a really spicy take, but I think the people who actively don't want to ask for help is mainly because of the fact they kind of want to replicate the styles of the creators that they have, and even though they legitimately can't. Like I know, like some people will never be able to replicate my style, and some people may be able to, but I don't think they'll truly replicate it. And I think like the people who aren't asking for help as much, I just think only want to focus on getting more popular or making money off of it, instead of like trying to entertain and provide like a unique experience to most people. Because I know like not every creator is unique. Some creators will have unique concepts, and some people will just have interesting and clever ideas. But I don't think people realize that if you're not actually asking for help, you're not going to really do anything, and it's just going to get to you. Because like, and it's not exactly hard to get into news creation. You just got to know what you're doing. And I think a lot of people just don't understand, like, yeah, it takes time to make content. It definitely doesn't take as short a time as people think it does. It actually can be done quick, but like I think the reason why most people tend to like hate on people, or not hate say, but I think like get annoyed by people who just can't ask for more help, is because they're just, I think these types of people are just expecting like all the benefits of being a type of creator like this, like almost immediately, for the sake of just having some sort of like notability. Like I sure as hell didn't do this because I wanted to get popular or earn money off of it. I mean, yeah, I am earning money off of it, but that's not the main focus. I like to entertain. I know most people who have more or less or the same amount of subscribers as I do will most likely agree with me on this, because it's just inherently true. I also think a lot of people need to just understand, but like, yeah, content creation isn't easy. It's definitely not. You may think it is, but then when it's like, I don't know, it takes time. And okay, finish. So re-upload all your videos in 144p. This is just for flat. Oh my god! You just gave me. You just made a light bulb go off in my head. That's just another thing, bro. Like, people who just steal videos, you're not actually doing any effort. You're just downloading it, uploading it in like on a potato, and then just there, new video, and gave me views now. And it's like, no, you're lazy, bro. Most people outright are just kind of not even gonna pay you any mind to it. And if they do pay you any mind to it, they're just gonna tell you, hey, you might want to take this down or something. And well, this time they'll comply, but it's just like, if you're just kind of stealing, what are you doing exactly? I get it. Most people just want to steal because they want to make content and they don't really have the means available to do so. But I think like, if you have a phone or a tablet, you can probably find stuff for free. It's not that hard. So I don't think like stealing's a good thing. Like if you're like a kid, first, you're not supposed to be here. I'm gonna tell your parents. Second, stop stealing, of course, because it's wrong and nobody likes it. In fact, most people who make scenarios actually hate these types of people and don't like it. And even if you do decide to take it down because you decide to listen, they're not going to give you that much credibility, and it may get you. So yeah. Re-upload my bits and for a few minutes. If you just did that on like some sort of social media just for the sake of condensing it into a certain time frame, that'd just be funny. Because I've had friends do that, and it's so funny to me, because it's just like, oh, you just did this, and it just now runs on this website. It's like, because like the file limit is now under a certain amount, so now you can actually watch it without having to go on YouTube. And it's like, cool. That'd be cool, but I earned nothing from it. What do you expect me to do? But also for the record, my method creation seems to only apply for some people. I thought you would just read my mind, but it doesn't work that way. I guess. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, no. I had a feeling you were gonna say. I had a feeling you were meaning that. Yeah, I had a feeling you were meaning that. That's kind of why I pointed all that stuff out. That it's more dependent on ideas, just and think. And I honestly, I kind of. Now that you specify, I also will have to agree with that. I think it does definitely depend on the person as well, not just an idea. Because some people may have like ideas that can take 20 minutes, but some people may just have outright like no time to do it, or may just have something that affects their ability to create content. So now I get it. I get it. Thank you. Honestly, yeah, I didn't take that into consideration, so I kind of feel a bit. Well, I was just I feel a bit bad for it, but then it seems like I'm just being overly sensitive, which I kind of don't want. But I think it's just like, yeah, there's some factors that will definitely get in the way of content creation. So yeah, I see where you're coming from with it. I think like most people can definitely suffer. For me, I just really don't have much time. I don't have like a disability or anything that would prevent me from making content for extended periods of time. So yeah, it's just something that will happen, which always sucks. I feel bad for the people who want to get into content creation and do have the means to do so, but there's something just getting in the way of it that's actively, impeding on their ability to do it. So I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Now I do, at least. Yeah, thanks for specifying about that. Because I also didn't kind of get it all the way. So that's also on me. But now I know. Yeah, it definitely does depend on the person, though. So I will agree with you fully on that, though. So yeah. Also, I want to make a very, very spicy take, but bro, like, okay, so I decided to do a little of an experiment on both YouTube and Discord, and I kind of asked people, oh, what do you think of Alert World content? And I like, there was so much positivity on the YouTube side of it that when I went to the Discord side, it kind of felt like a clash, because it's like night and day for both of these. It's like YouTube's more positive, but I see more people being overtly like unwilling to stand Alert World's content. It's like I like their content. I think it's decent. I wouldn't classify it as actual ES scenarios fully, but I'd still say the heart's there. I just think like they're kind of making it too fast, I think most people can agree with me on that, but I think like the people who constantly bring this up kind of do have to understand that, like, if it's working for them, they don't have to stop doing it. If they like doing it, they can keep doing it. I think people just are trying to gatekeep that sort of stuff. Maybe it's a take only I have, and if that's the case, that's surprising, honestly, because I like their content, but it definitely works for them, and I wish for them to keep doing it as much as they want to. But I don't like the people who try to like get on their case about it and just say like, oh, they should just do something different. But it's just like, if it works for them, it works for them. I don't think people need to just like grab their torches and pitchforks and immediately go after this person or this group making the content. Because we've had like worse offenders out there who've legitimately just done nothing. And it's like, what are you doing? I don't think Alert World's like the type of guy, type of person you want to like let out all of your frustrations on, because it's like they're like not doing anything wrong, and I don't even think they're inherently involved in the community itself. So it's like, I don't know, you're just kind of wasting your breath, I guess, and your time typing. It's just like, I don't think they're gonna hear you or see you. I don't think it's worth like having an aneurysm over, because at the end of the day, it's their content. Let them do what they want to do. Slightly misprinted, but it's still pretty good. There's way worse content in the community if we go mainstream. Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you. Plus, I also, I kind of just, but the people who like actively go after like people who are just like awful creators or just awful sinners in general could just like, I don't know, ignore them. I think that's definitely the case, and I think like the more you talk about them, the more you're giving them the attention that they're most likely wanting, and it's kind of like you're like, nice job breaking it. Like you just did the exact thing they wanted you to do. In fact, they wanted most people to do, so they could just get more popular off of it. So I just think like the people who kind of get mad at Alert World for the way they do their videos are just kind of feeding them more attention, which is just gonna get them more views and more recognition. Because I think they're like what I say the most iconic creator. By most iconic, I mean in terms of just being recognized easily, and I'd say yes. Not in terms of like subscribers or anything. And I actually found out that SCP Realize is another content creator that actually is almost reaching 100k subs. That's good for them. I think Alert World could also reach that amount pretty soon as well, given their growth. Even if it's kind of slowing down quite a bit, but it's still pretty good. Well, I don't know. I think people could just learn to just accept that there's always going to be something worse going on, and I don't think you need to waste all your energy on this one specific channel just because it's not like a true scenario or whatever. Like, I don't think it inherently matters. Like, I don't think you need to start getting like so upset over it. Of course, most people are probably going to disagree with me and just say, "Oh no, you're wrong," and here's why. And it's just like, okay, sure, but if you're not going to provide actual criticism, then I kind of don't want to hear it, because it's like, dude, I hate the types of people who just blindly follow their favorite creators and legitimately will never listen to valid criticism that befalls them. And it's like, that's a dangerous mindset. That's super dangerous. Because it's like, you're just going to defend them no matter what they do. And imagine they do something super heinous and you just don't care about it. It's like, okay, you don't care, but the people who do care do, and they're gonna call them out for it. So yeah, I just think like blindly defending somebody just because of something that went on is just kind of dumb. And I think if you're just inherently not helping the cause, you're also a part of the problem, and you're actively making it worse. So I can't exactly say that the world is doing something dumb or is doing something bad. No, it could always be worse. Always could be worse. I think a lot of people need to understand that it will always potentially be worse, and I think a lot of people need to understand, like, this is not the type of person you should just take your anger out on. So yeah, that's the thing I also don't get. Most people only focus on Aurora, but don't focus on the other like people who are just milking the same type of content over and over again without multiple changes, despite people telling them, hey, maybe you should change it a bit so that way it doesn't get stale. And most people do, and then there's some that just don't, or just outright don't care. And this is kind of like, you're not helping yourself. You're making it seem like everyone who's listening to you is, I mean, you're making it seem like that everyone you listen to, it's just making all the information go in one ear, not the other. It's just, take it to heart. Take it to heart. Constructive criticism goes a long way. That's as much as I'll say with that. God, what else? Oh, another one. My God, can most people stop like obsessing over the use of EANs and scenarios? It's like, it is not that well use of a alert type anymore at this point, because most people try to milk it. It's just like, bro, the people I see always complain about are just like the kids in the community who legitimately just think like, oh, it's just meant to be the scariest thing you'll ever see, and it's meant to be like world release. It's like, no, not really. In reality, it's not meant to be used that way. I mean, yeah, it technically is in terms of like actual like national crises. Yeah. But like, you're just obsessing over one alert, and it's not even much different from other alerts. It's like, what are you doing exactly? Why invest this much energy into this type of, alert that's not even really inherently something to be looking at anyway? Because like most creators are actively avoiding using it, and oh my god, dude, I think I remember this, but I had like somebody say something in terms of like those thunder. No, that's a motorcycle. Oops. Um, they had said this in a server I'm in regarding like EANs, where they were making a scenario and then they announced as a joke and to you know throw some people off that there wasn't any EANs in the scenario, and people legit got mad because of that, and it's just like that's unhealthy. That's an unhealthy obsession a with a real alert that's used in a manner that's not meant to be realistic, and you're not exactly helping by doing that. This is why every tornado mock I ever make in the future is sarcastically and something like the very first tornado from Casey. I'd love to see that. That'd be funny. That would be funny. But like, oh my god, the people who obsess over this sort of stuff are legitimately just the same type of people who would get mad because you like failed to include in God, what's it called? Because you failed to include like a certain city or county or whatever, and it's just like get over it. It's just a video. It's not the end of the world. I unironically used 3 ENs in a row for something I made 4 years ago. I thought it was cool. Oh my god, I did that for State of Emergency, where I used 5 in a row, and I thought it was like just great stuff. I thought it was the best thing I've ever done. And then looking back on it, I just realized I just did it poorly, and it's just like what the hell was I thinking? This is awful. Did I really think this was a good idea? I mean, then again, that scenario has a ton of flaws, but that's just one of them that I just now woke up to, and it's just kind of like, I don't like it that much anymore. Oh my god, I love this. It's just so funny. Imagine doing that in the modern day now, and then like, oh, it's actually gonna have this much EENs, and like you just have like a bunch of kids swarm your like freaking comment section, and just like praising the scenario for being scary when in reality all you just did was make it full of EENs. I swear to God, I'm gonna do that as a type of bait, and I just use that as just type of evidence. That'd just be funny. That just would be funny. I would love to do that one day, just to like prove a point. I would love to see remix different. I would too. I'm trying to work on it. I started the script like what, a year or two ago, and I never continued it. I want to continue it at some point because I do have ideas for it. I'm not gonna try making it too long, but I will try. And I see this experiment. Okay, yeah, that's true. On a hot take involving that, I think people who use them outside of their intended use, which by the way, the intended use for an NIC is to be used after an EAN has been used. So EAN first, NIC second. It's never NIC first and EAN second. Like I see so many people doing that. It's like I don't think that's how you're supposed to use it. I mean, then again, we've never had it happen before, and I would love for it never to happen. But that's his intended use. I know, like, if you check the Wikipedia page, yeah, it says that, and a lot of people would just be like, oh, but that's just the Wikipedia page. We haven't seen it. I was like, I mean, do what you want, but I kind of feel like you should just do it the way it says, because I feel like it would flow better. Like, I feel like it has to, right? I think that's the reason why it's set like that, for for flow. I don't know. Blast Buddha sitting up an E and Jonathan Hills leaves us. Oh no. Oh. Oh my god. I'm sorry to admit in the mirror. But like uh, that's kind of true though. Listen, no disrespect to the guy. He can make a good story, but like did you have to conclude an E and every time there's like something major going on? It's like I think you're just kind of, you know, milking it for the sake of just having content. Plus, Voodoo's. I mean, I haven't seen it in like ages at this point. I can't really say anything regarding it. So, yeah, I've seen quite a bit of it. I don't think it has not aged well. Yeah, from what I've remembered of it, I don't think it aged well. And I think like there's no reason it should have continued for that long. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that series should have continued as long as it did. It should have just stopped at like maybe the fourth entry, maybe the third one, and just called it. Because I think a lot of people. Because I think it's like, I think you just did way too much, and for what? Just continuing the plot. No disrespect to the guy. I think it was. He has good ideas, and I kind of wish he'd come back. But like, it's his own life. Nothing I can do, unfortunately. And I'm not gonna try pretending as if like I didn't have the same ideas as my own when I first started, or even after I started doing stuff, because that's hypocritical, and that wouldn't be right of me to do. Yeah, I will agree that I don't think it aged well fully. I'd love to see the guy make a comeback and just like announce, you know, that he's gonna be doing it all again. Oh wow, he actually came back with another one. Okay. Scenarios that start with him learning one county, the next one's the county. Oh my god, yes, bro. Oh my god, why do people do this? And it's always the people who start out with like making scenarios. I will give them that. I will give them that. But if you are having some type of experience and you're still doing that, you will need to stop because that's not inherently good story flow. That's just lazy. Like imagine having a county occur for like I don't know. Uh I don't know that much. Let's just say you have like a random county in like Delaware or something occur, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, turns out there's an actual EN because oh nukes are flying. It's like, what? Where was the build up to that? You had one alert. That's not actual build up. That's not build up. That's lazy. It's just lazy. I, oh, it kind of annoys me because it's like as someone who loves to write and does some writing in their spare time, I don't like it when people do that because you just kind of waste everybody's time with that. It's just like imagine you're watching a series that's been hyped up for so long, only have the story flow like that. I would just click off because I'd just be uninterested. And like what are you doing? Most creators oh right. Uh most creators like don't do that because it's annoying. Tornado warning transitioning into a missile from North Korea. Oh my god, there's a creator who did this. Who was it? I can't remember. But I remember there was like somebody who like always had like somebody who had like the situation just escalate so high it just became unrecognizable. And I want to know who, but I can't remember for the life of me. And I feel like some of y'all like know who I'm talking about. Basically, if you did this, nuclear missile hits Steele County, ND. Wait, somebody did that? Wait. No, I after 20. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, yeah, I got what he was thinking. Wait, somebody did. I feel like somebody did, or somebody did something similar where they just don't have good flow with it, and they just kind of like, well, uh, guess you're all screwed. I don't know what to tell you. It's like, what? Where did we? How did we get here? Like, you can't just like not tell us, and then get mad because we're not actively saying something about where was the story going. Oh, rip. The other kind of yeah. Like, oh my god, who was it? I think like SPC Hermitage 1258 did something similar to that. Some older videos of his. He doesn't do it on his newer ones, but I think it's some of his older ones he did. Or they did, and it's like, why? What happened in between this point that made things go like, oh, it's so calm and peaceful, and then all of a sudden everything just kind of blows up in your face. It's like, where'd this come from? Still kind of like, I was like 2,000 people in it. Well, good thing you picked it. Oh, another one. Also, global alerts, which 1 don't exist, and 2 use the easy plus screen and so. Why is that so common? Like, okay, yeah, obviously they don't exist. I was guilty of using the state of emergency, after which I stopped using it because I was told it wasn't the case. Why do people still use it? You do understand, like, not only is it not realistic, you just kind of threw it in there for scare factor, for shock value, and I just don't think it worked. Also, TCC. That's the thing. They always use the Easy Plus screen and its tones, and they always. You don't know what the Easy Plus is? It's basically the black screen with the white text. So yeah, in case the people who are watching didn't know, if you did know, congratulations, you get a medal. But yeah, that's what happened. That's what always happens, and it's just like, you do understand by like only using one screen. Why is that so consistent too? People only using one screen to show off a certain alert, as if there's no other screen. I just wish it's still here. My bad. Yeah, they just kind of like think it's like the scariest thing that can ever be seen. It's like, I mean, even if you do have some variety in it, it's still just a basic black screen. You're just not doing much with it. I just don't see much of an appeal with it, and it's just kind of boring. Plus, like, not only that, but I think, like... Ah, he left again. Okay. I think, like... oh, he just... hopefully your internet's doing alright, but, yeah, I think people need to stop using global alerts. They just don't exist. It's fine if you have a national alert and just say, oh, it's actually affecting the whole world. Like, okay, sure, do that. Maybe it will work, maybe it doesn't, but who knows? Some people may get, like, a bit... What's it called? Nitpicky over it, but at least it won't make too much sense, but it'll make some sense. I'll say that. It's like you're not doing anything. Why not do some Comcast and Xfinity screens? That's just true. A lot of people need to just use more screen variety instead of using the same black screen with white text and calling it a video. Like, I used to do that for my older videos, and I didn't like it. That's why I changed it up for demonizing. Continue to change it up even to this day. because I don't like using the same screens over and over again. I mean, hell, even when I did EANs, I used to always change it to something else because I always wanted to be different with it. And I'm glad it works. I'm glad I did something different with it. But I think like too many people just kind of get way too comfortable with the same thing and just don't want to change something. Which I don't blame them, honestly. It happens. We interrupt. This is a cool emergency. Oh, my shovel. Important details will fall. It's like, I don't think. Okay, from what I remember, I think most people don't know that like even a national alert doesn't have that text anymore. It would have been like 2007, but this isn't 2007. It's 2022. So it probably would just be either silence or just a repeating please stand by message or something like that. A lot of people try to change it up and make it different, which is unique, and I like it. Realistically, that's how it would go. Why, yes, I am a nerd. How could you tell? But no, I think like people try to use so much of these cliches just because they think it works, and I think it's like cliches only work if done correctly. If you just nothing you need to just stand by until the message. That's what I either that or silence, and I prefer using silence because it adds a suspense. And I think like having like not being told anything is much scarier. Because of like the fear of the unknown and the untold, and I just think it's a lot better that way. And I think a lot of people either don't know that information or outright don't care enough to properly use it that way because they just don't think it's scary. And even though I think it's personally a lot scarier if you just weren't told what was going on and you had to wait. And it's just like, what's going on? Can I know now? Can I not know now? Or what's going on here? This is like, I don't know. I think a lot of people need to like broaden like their own perception on scenarios as a whole, and do need to understand like you can't just ignore it because that's realism. That's realistic. Like there's like a special trope for that. It's like it's literally called reality is unrealistic, where something that is real doesn't feel like it's real. That's where the name comes from. It doesn't feel realistic even though it is reality. Well, like I think like a ton of people just use EANs wrong more often now, and it's just kind of like, what happened here? Like at least when people were first starting out, nobody had much knowledge. In fact, most people did the same thing, and it was fine. Like nobody really cared that much, but as as everything grew and people started being better at making their own content, yeah, it definitely worked. Scenarios edited in Windows Movie Maker. It's now 2006. Oops. There's better video editors you can get for free. Okay. Yes, I absolutely agree with this. And I think like the reason why people only do this is because like a few creators, I think like Clay Ranger 143 does it, good friend of mine. He definitely still uses Windows Movie Maker, even though there's like a ton of video editors to use and you could get them for free, or yeah, just get them for free. I would say something else, and I feel like most of y'all would know what I'm gonna say, but like I kind of don't want to say it, so because if I do say it, I might get nuked by YouTube. But if you know, you know. And if you don't know, well, yeah, let's just say you might get some free stuff if you do something. A bit specific, but nothing too horrible. You can vegetate for free, lifesaver stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people need to have that as general information. You can do that. You can just get all that stuff with like very little effort, and it doesn't take that long either. Is it still come as masterpiece? I will say, yeah, definitely he does make top tier content. Well, okay, top tier, that's subjective. I think, in my opinion, yes, it's really good content. I wouldn't say it's top tier. There's been like a ton of creators coming out who have had like a bunch of content come out, which is just like blowing a ton of creators out of the water, including myself. And I think most people would definitely agree with me on that. But like, no, I will agree. there's better video editors you can get for free, and even the stuff that's paid for, you can still get for free in a certain way. I'm not gonna say how, because if I do say it, yeah, I don't endorse it. I will say that. I'm gonna say this in case somebody at YouTube's watching. I don't endorse it. Pay for your stuff. Just pay for your stuff. If you somehow come across the stuff that's free, then okay, that's up to you. But yeah, I'm just gonna say that so that way I don't get myself like game ended by YouTubers or other big companies. So like, don't hurt me, please. But yeah, I think people need to just like have better editors as well. Like, there's so much better video editors. Why isn't anybody trying to take advantage of it? There's free ones too. Like, use them. You have the option to. I mean, yeah, I understand like learning curves and it user in the UIs and stuff may be a bit like confusing to some people. You probably could pick it up in no time flat. I think like a ton of people just need to know that. Crim, NWO, Lunix, Electrofanatic, TMYK, the true S tier. I will agree. There's been a ton of creators who are definitely S tier, and I've watched a few who are definitely within that tier. I might be missing a few. Yeah, there definitely is a lot more out there. And honestly, if I had to rate myself, actually, yeah, the thing is, it's more based off like your subject. It's like for me, I think you, ES Cruiser, you'd be at S tier too. You make great stuff. I'm not even saying it just to say that. I really do think that. I think a lot of people make great stuff, but I think like the majority of creators I've always seen are always in like A tier to B tier at the least. Which is another thing. Like I just think there's always going to be some creators that catch your attention, some that are good, some not as great. But I think that's good to acknowledge that most people have different tastes, and that you shouldn't be shamed for liking somebody else more than another creator just because it's like it's not that serious. Like yeah, I will say that. That's also another thing that's interesting, because like most people who tend to rate creators this way probably don't really have the time to really rate them in a better manner. Because I feel like that, because I asked around like what would people place me in a certain tier, and I got mostly like not an objective tier, but I think most people would place me around like B tier or A tier, and I think like it's reasonable. If I like, some people could rate me in the same way, and that's completely fine. You're allowed to. That's your own opinion, and I'm completely fine with it. But it's also a real shame that most people that are like considered S tier, oops, don't have much of a view base or subscriber base, and it's just kind of like, why? They have great content. Give them a follow. They need it. They need it. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, man. But yeah, I think like a ton of people need to understand here is that like there's always going to be something that, as the years go on, we're gonna have stuff improve and get better. And I think a lot of people need to know that it's not like 10 years ago where content's so much different at this point. Like nowadays you can get most of the better editors for crazy like easy ways. And I think a lot of people really kind of miss the kind of don't understand that yeah, you're very well capable of doing that. So yeah, I just think if you're like using stuff that's kind of old, even now, even in like 2022, you probably should just kind of stop and just find something new. And I think a lot of people need to follow this type of advice, especially for the ones we're giving, because pretty much everyone that's giving some sort of advice knows what they're talking about. Like we're not just saying this type of stuff just to say it. We know what we're doing and we know what we've been talking about. But yeah. Oh jeez, my throat's getting a lot dry. Hold on. Oh god. All right. I don't know. It's interesting because you know in 10 years from now, content's gonna be wildly different beyond what we can think of. So if most of us are still around making content by in 10 years from now, I mean, hey, guess we'll see each other by that point. But if not, well, it's been a fun ride. But who knows? Something could happen. Hmm. What else? Okay, what else is there to like say as a type of unpopular opinion? Or stuff to just talk about that should be discussed more and that should be dropped on people because, you know, people need to know this information. I mean, here's one. I mean, maybe it depends if you're this type of person or not, but like, try not to have deadlines. Because if you're the type of person who works better with a deadline, okay, sure, use deadlines in order to get your work habits up. But if you're the type of person who doesn't work well under pressure, then I mean, using a deadline might not be great for you, but who knows? That's really dependent on the person. Oh, and also another thing, I kind of wish people need to just understand here that like when you're making these type of scenarios, you don't need to go out of your way to make it harder on yourself when you've legit just started. Because like I've seen cases where people legitimately will just stop making content. So like you need to pace yourself better, and you shouldn't just be trying to like make things worse by choosing to give yourself more work if you just can't take it. Like imagine you just start out and you're just not doing anything too excessive and all of a sudden you're just gonna give up after some time. Like that's not healthy behavior. You need to give yourself some rest or don't put so much work on yourself. That's how I say it. Also I just missed this one. Maybe it's been controlled, but live alerts or VA scenes somewhat the worst mic quality ever. Okay, this I can definitely agree. This is obviously something that just can't be controlled because of like money issues, or maybe they're just not in a great environment in terms of recording, and that's just not something they can just control or do something about. That I can get. That I get. But I think like if you just don't have like great quality in terms of a microphone, you probably shouldn't be recording live action scenes or recruiting VAs if they just don't have microphones available for them to use that have high quality, because your content is going to suffer quite a bit. And I've had cases like this where I've tried to get some stuff out and it didn't really work out the best because of the fact that the mic quality is just kind of bad, and you're not really helping your own case either by just saying, "Oh, but it adds more character and makes it feel more realistic." I mean, maybe for some situations, sure, but like in most situations, people care a lot about the actual, video and the quality of it and the production of it. So if you're just kind of putting something out with bad quality, then you kind of need to look at yourself and think like, is this really what you want to be uploading, or is this something you want to work on more? Unless it's something you just can't control, in which case you probably should just tell people about it then, so that way it doesn't become a big issue. Well, let me see something real quick. All right. This HyperX mic I have was $75 and it's great somehow. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people can actually find like very high quality mics and they only cost like $20. I know there's some you can find on Amazon, and I've actually seen cases where it actually is the case where it's super high quality and it's very cheap. I think people should just simply go for cheap mics, even if they just don't think it's going to be a worthwhile investment. Like, just invest in a mic in general. Even if it's like one you can just clip onto your shirt and then just plug it into your phone. That's more worthwhile and has a lot more effort put into it than if you just outright, just did it. I think it needs to just be said that like a lot of people don't need the best mic to have great content, but it is a great investment. Also, I need a bed. Let me help you out with that. But yeah, get any mic you can, even if it's like something similar to AirPods where they have a built-in mic in them. Better than nothing, I'd say. And you can just always do whatever you want after that. Okay, let me check something real quick. I'm just making sure I'm not like doing anything dumb. Okay. And for the people who, aren't using mics, oh, I just noticed. But if you're using good microphones, then like keep using them. If you don't have one, just get like a cheap one. You can probably find some like any sort of like big retailer like Walmart or Target or whatever for like even cheap. Because the one I have, the Blue Yeti, it's a great microphone. It costs like $100. You probably don't want to go for this unless you have the money for it. I just saw it. But yeah, the one I have is just like $100. I know, I'm rich. Woohoo. But like, it's a good microphone. I love it a lot. But like, this is, if I was just starting out in content creation, I had like no way to get this, I probably wouldn't spend this much on it because it's just not worth it. Is it a great investment? Absolutely. But I barely use this for like actual recording. In fact, I just bought a mic for my iPhone, so it's a lot easier. So yeah. What else? What else? Oh, another thing. Like every single aspect in the scenario is just as important as another aspect in the scenarios you're making, and it's not a good idea to just outright ignore or pretend that the other doesn't matter as much. Like, no, they all matter in some way or another. Don't just ignore for the sake of ignoring it, because it's going to affect your content, and if it affects your content, you're not going to be happy with it. Like, okay, you can have like great visuals, great audio, and have like a ton of great, people helping out with voice acting and stuff, and it makes it a lot easier. That's great. But if your story is bad, you're gonna suffer, and it's not gonna be fun. I just kind of zone out for a bit. But like every single aspect of the series is just as important. Don't neglect one over the other, especially for stuff like editing and script writing. They're still just as important, even if you don't like doing it as much as the rest. Don't just like not do it just because you don't feel like doing it. You're gonna suffer, and it's not gonna be fun when you just don't know what to do after. Like, trust me on that. I used to. I have out the next 2 days now, so we get some production on the Eastern. I gotta go to bed though because I have to mow an echelon here tomorrow. See ya. Alright. See ya, man, and thanks for joining the stream again. I probably should do the same. I should probably get back to work on some scenarios. I've had some ideas in place. I actually have one idea, but I kind of want to keep that a secret. Oh yeah, join the server, by the way. I'm gonna have some like stuff put out in terms of content because I now have somebody else who just joined and wants to actively be a part of it. Okay, wait, that's a good point. Let me check something real quick in terms of that and see if I missed anything or not. I feel like I'm definitely missing something here in terms of like I'm talking about. I don't know. Oh, no, 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 yeah. I think a lot of people need to just understand that, like, hold up. I think a lot of people need to understand, like, you don't have to put, like, all of your time, all of your free time and stuff into making content, especially with scenarios, because it does take up way too much time, especially if you're just a type of person who doesn't have that much time to begin with, such as myself. So, like, don't try to push it, because if you just only focus on making, production a worthwhile thing for you, then you're gonna suffer quite a bit in terms of like your social life. And you could say something like, "Oh, but I don't have a social life, so it doesn't really matter to me." You can say that all you want, but a lot of people genuinely just can't, not do that because then it just becomes a pain. So I just want to be sure that everyone who does it knows that they're just not going to do it with the intent of like overworking themselves. Because if you burn out, you're going to burn out hard, and it's going to be hard for you to get back into it. Especially with me. It's not in the case of like me not making content and getting burned out from it. It's just because I just genuinely didn't have much time, and I just felt unmotivated to do it because of said lack of time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, just don't overwork yourself. Don't do what I did. Who is going straight for? Oh, wait. Let me get that. Okay, I just checked. Someone was asking if I was playing Java. Yeah, Minecraft Java, so yeah. Yeah, if you're just starting on a content, and even if it's just one video, definitely just pace yourself. Keep stuff going well, but don't like do too much. You're gonna end up regretting it, and then when it hits you, it's gonna hit you bad, and then you're not gonna like it. So just be careful. Okay. Might end the stream soon. I'm not too sure, unless there's like something else to talk about that's major. By the way, if anyone wants to know, once somebody's doing a very special stream. If you know me well, you should know why. If you don't know me well, then you'll find out on Wednesday. I need to check some stuff real quick. I gotta check something quick. Kinda don't want to waste too much time. So I'm gonna try to multitask quite a bit and see what I can do. I mean, if there's really nothing else to really talk about, I'm probably gonna like, I don't know. I will say some advice. Actually, I really got nothing else to say. I mean, don't focus all your free time into what's it called, making ES scenarios, because you're just gonna burn through all of it, and then you're gonna burn out at some point. It's just gonna be rough, and then you're gonna regret it. So you definitely gotta be sure about that, and make sure you're doing stuff in moderation. Don't like take it too much. So yeah. I love how I was meant to turn this into lore, but it's just more so like what people have to focus on in this community. I derail so badly. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much gonna be done for tonight. I'm gonna pretty much take it easy for now, and just try to focus on streaming again. If I know that like this isn't the Twitch part as well, but like for the people who are wondering, I've just been having no motivation, and I'm trying to regain it back. And this got some of it back. I'm definitely gonna try seeing if I can apply it before anything happens and I end up losing it again. But who knows? Okay, let's say game over. That kind of scared me. I was like, these are saying you're just working on your tree. Nice. It's a nice tree. I also like how it's next to my house. But yeah, I also need to work on this a bit more. So the gameplay was just kind of a bonus experience. I think it might have turned some people off, but it's okay. Let's see. Let me just finish up some of the stuff here. And yeah. There we go. But yeah, I'll definitely try to get back into more of these scenario creation because I've just been kind of neglecting it. What in the hell? Ah, yes, fireworks. Cool, very cool. Why are y'all launching them right now? Oh. Well, that kind of sucks, actually. Let me grab all that. Huh? But yeah. I got some of my motivation back, so I think I'm gonna be ready next time I got stuff ready to go. So, I think I'm gonna probably head off and do whatever. Just take it easy for now, and then just see what I can do afterwards. Yeah. For those who were part of the stream chat and were also helping keep it going, I appreciate y'all. Subscribe to everybody that was here. Please do so. And as well, I'm gonna be coming back to Twitch streaming to the regular schedule I was doing, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday on ThePhoenixFire 9, which is my Twitch handle. So feel free to follow that if you haven't already. I think, well, Wednesday I'm gonna do a special stream. If you know why, if you know me personally, then you know why. But if you haven't, then yeah. Just stay tuned for that. Regardless of whatever happens, I'm going to try to get to it and we'll see what goes on. But for tomorrow, I'm going to take it easy and just do whatever and then get myself ready to go. So yeah, just stay tuned for more content. If you haven't heard Pondering yet, feel free. The great track I put out, I'm really proud of it. So yeah. Take it easy, everybody. And I'll see you next time. Glad to be back. Bye, guys.